Team, team, look at this video, please. I will be sending two of them. This is one of the first two. Thank you. It has to be done by Friday.
Welcome to Supply Chain Threat and Security Awareness Training. The Customs Trade Partnership Against Terrorism, or CTPAT, is a voluntary, joint government trade partnership launched after 9/11 to secure the international supply chain into the U.S. CTPAT established standardized supply chain security criteria for all players involved, from foreign manufacturers to terminal operators, ocean carriers, customs brokers, and importers. Threat and security training helps to ensure that employees are prepared to recognize the threats that criminals and terrorists pose at critical points in the supply chain. Employees must be able to recognize suspicious activity and intruders, report suspicious activity and threats, recognize internal conspiracies, and conduct shipping container inspections. Threats to a supply chain come in many forms and may include cargo theft or damage, counterfeit or pirated goods, illegal drugs and weapons smuggling, and human trafficking. Conspiring with a corrupt employee at the seaport, airport and manufacturing sites will allow criminals to introduce contraband into otherwise legitimate shipments. Click on each image below to read recent headlines. July 2019. U.S. Customs and Border Protection seizes 111 pounds of methamphetamine, estimated to be worth over $2.2 million. July 2019. 33 undocumented immigrants were rescued by U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents. The immigrants were found locked inside a non-working refrigerated trailer of produce. July 2019. U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents identified and seized $2.6 million in counterfeit designer bracelets. July 2019. 6 pounds of heroin valued at more than $160,000 was seized when U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents found them hidden in the rear brake drums of a van. Let's discuss the security guidelines set by the CTPAT. All employees who have access to sensitive work areas and information will have their backgrounds properly screened. These checks are done through pre-employment application verification, background investigations, and periodic investigative updates. In today's gadget-driven society, electronic security is more important than ever. Adding passwords to your electronic documents can help ensure privacy. Be sure to change your passwords according to company policy, or at least every 90 days at a minimum. Best practices include: do not allow shoulder surfing, be aware of your surroundings, and always sign out or lock your computer when not in use. Combining awareness and good password and security practices will help to keep secure information safe. Site and building access control also plays a vital role in security. If a site has a continuous perimeter barrier and whether or not entry gates are manned by a guard, the following should be performed. Check for proper photo ID of all who enter, periodic searches of all vehicles and packages entering the site. All visitors must be escorted while on site. Visitors should be issued badges to ID them. All camera, cell phone photos, and/or videos are prohibited, and individuals without a badge or escort should be stopped and offered assistance. An important link in the supply chain is the security of a loaded container from the point of origin to the place of receipt. 5 protective security measures must occur. Click each image below to learn about them. A 7-point container inspection must be done, and documented proof must be on file for 2 years. The 7-point inspection must include outside and undercarriage, inside and outside doors, right side, left side, front wall, ceiling and roof, and the floor. It's also important to inspect the locking mechanisms and look for any hidden compartments. The pickup driver's ID must be verified. If it's different than planned, their identity must be verified with their company prior to releasing the shipment. A high security shipping seal, along with an excise and shipper's seal, must be affixed to the container. The driver must know the designated route as well as emergency breakdown or accident procedures. And he or she must have communication capability and report status at designated times or locations. The seal must be inspected for integrity and seal number upon receipt at destination. Critical shipping information, such as routes and times, must only be shared with those employees who have a need to know. Just because an employee qualifies to access shipping information does not mean they have permission. Only those employees who truly need to access the information in order to perform their job will be granted access. As an employee, you play a vital part of keeping the supply chain secure. Following the security measures set by the CTPAT, you help to ensure the integrity, safety, and security of the supply chain. It's time for a quick check to ensure understanding of the material discussed in this training. While there isn't a passing score, answer each question carefully. Should you miss a question, you will be given a chance to review the material again. If you'd like to exit the assessment at any time and return to the material, use the icon at the top right of the
All right, guys, I think I got like maybe one or two more on this one. So please make sure you look at this. This is good information. All right. Site and building controls should include how many more left? A 7-point container inspection is done to ensure the stability of a container and to verify no hidden compartments are present. Is that true or false? And it is true. Critical shipping information should be shared with everyone. That is, well, let's see, we put false, and it's correct. Although an employee may qualify for access to critical shipping information, it does not mean that he or she is automatically granted access to it. That is true. You as an employee are a vital component of securing the supply chain. That is true.
You have now completed
Good
this
job,
training on
team.
supply chain
Please
threat
look at
and
this
security
video.
awareness.
Alrighty? Thank
Should
you.
you have any questions regarding the CTPAT or other import-export trade compliance issues, please email